Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Inceni campaign on Rome 2 Total War. I'm Matt Goater and I'll be your host for today. So, we basically, in the previous episode, we managed to sack more Duneslayer and so took our first steps to conquering all of Britain. So, our next mission will be attacking the Brigantes at Briton.
How can I assist you?
So, our army is still encamped at Mordonian, and right now it's using a lot of its influence to conquer, to maintain a lot of the public order that's in the area. And at the minute our money is running a little bit dry, so we're going to try and hold off on the war for as long as we can. But one thing that we probably could do now is disband the king and his bodyguard to try and save some money. Okay, so he's now travelling back, so let's see what we can do politics wise. Okay, so right now not a lot. Okay. Okay, so can we do any diplomacy at all?
We will gladly listen to your offers, but do not wrap them in lies. The spirits know truth. Our ancestors were proud men and stood alone against the world. For now, can we do any less?
Okay, so these guys are the Irish, and now that I've conquered this base here, I might be able to organise some trade.
Now speak plainly, for we are an honest folk and value honesty in others.
Offer to go to war with these guys. Oh, it's still low. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's end the turn then. Okay, so yes, there's one less war going on. Okay, so we've researched the knowledge of the oak, and the king has returned home. What did that actually provide? Wealth and culture and political action cost. Okay, now we were given a mission to research something in the warrior code in the previous episode, so let's research that. Okay, and we now have a wise man in our faction, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the craftsman's house has now been built, and we can now upgrade that to a woodworker, which provides us with the Briton ballista. But now that's causing a public order penalty here. Okay.
What would you have of me?
Let us poison them again. Oh, that's
I
new.
have not succeeded. How can I assist you?
And he's compromised, okay. So they now know It's us that's doing it against them. Can I organise administrator? No, because I don't have enough money. That's fantastic. Let's give him that, because he does have a lot of archers in his army. Okay, so this base now has painted ones as the general, 3 sword bands, 2 sets of farmers, 2 sets of slingers, 3 sets of archers, and 3 sets of skirmishers. It's actually quite a banging army if I was able to take it out, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so what's... So if we were to go out at all, we would lose a lot of stuff very quickly. Let's move these guys to the capital.
Ready for further orders. When your feet bleed, you can moan. Making camp.
Just so they're closer to the Brigantes for when we go to war with them. And they have some scout riders, some Briton slingers, some farmers, and some painted ones. But they don't have any naval forces there. I could see this battle being quite a heavyweight fight whenever it actually comes to it.
There's a good pork roasting for you, and better ale and mead set aside. But first, we talk.
So these guys aren't interested in an alliance whatsoever. Okay, so let's...
My strength is boundless.
That's cool. Okay, so we've got our first political dilemma to deal with. Okay, before we do that, we will level up our shield maiden. Let's do that to get more range on the troops, and her cunning is probably the lowest, so let's go with that. Okay, and we shall set up them there. Okay, so let's have a look at what this dilemma is. There is rumour that the hunt has been heard. The people fear divine wrath and look to you to appease the gods. And this gives us minus 4 public order per turn while this is going on. So first off, we don't actually know whether or not this is a real thing that's going on. But on the other hand, the hunt was one of the biggest things in the druid sort of culture. So this could be... So this could either go... but either way. Okay, so we can do nothing. We have no control over the hunt, it rides where it will. We can make a votive offering. Every hunter needs weapons, perhaps an offering would turn the hunt from our doors. We can make a sacrifice. The hunt is seeking souls, perhaps animal blood, but placate them. I'm quite happy to do a full-out sacrifice, simply given that we don't have any temple buildings in our culture. This will probably help quite a bit. Okay. So, This guy now has his hunting horn. Okay, I probably should start building places that provide more money, because money is something I'm running dramatically low on. But I'm honestly not sure whether I should just try and save money at the moment. Because right now, no matter how I play it, my public order is going down quite dramatically. Can I do an administration? Yes, I can. Okay, so public order is going back up for now.
I live to serve the people of Britain.
I think the best thing to do is probably go into Brigante territory and start raiding, simply so that the army costs less. The only problem is, I won't have the ballista with me.
Thirsty for battle.
But in all honesty, I think I can live with that. So, they can't do anything while they're in this mode. So, and I want to get as much public order as I can. So, let us end this turn, unless there's anything else we can do. And we're still researching that. And we probably want to attack them when we have that ability to work with. Let's see if these guys are any...
We will gladly listen to your offers, but do not wrap them in lies. The spirits know truth. Our ancestors were proud men and stood alone against the world. For now, can we do any less? I cannot say yes and be any...
Okay. So they were quite close allies with these guys. So, okay, so should we risk attacking them even more, or should
Hail
we
to the mother. How can I help?
start...
How can I assist you?
Actually, I'm quite happy to
Sabotage.
try and
I
poison them again.
like that word.
Nice.
It is done.
Yeah, so the majority of their loss was in their cavalry, and our agent is leveled up as well. Okay, so let's level up his capacity for poisoning their provisions. So now that we've got that, maybe we should look into upgrading how he can assassinate people. So he's already got a concealed blade, he's already got poisoning, and he's already got solicit traitor. His authority is the lowest, so I shall level that up.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything more we can do, so let's end the turn. Okay, so the results of the hunt. Once the sacrifices had been made, the wind changed suddenly. Great gusts blew the forest, taking the hunt with them. So we are no longer cursed by the British gods,
Warriors all.
which is good. No one likes being cursed. Okay, so the question is, should we go and raid to try and lower
For
down
the tribe.
the cost of the army? Or should we stay here and provide public order? One thing that I will do though is disband this mercenary scout rider group and replace it with some scout riders of my own.
We need good fighters.
So then that will leave 2 slots for some ballistae. Got a nice little versatile army here. So I've got 4 swordsmen, 8 spearmen, 2 archers, some slingers, and some cavalry, and then the general who's also on cavalry, and then I'll have some artillery. I'm not necessarily too bothered about having skirmishers because every single one of these infantrymen has some form of ranged weapon, so it could easily turn into an entire mass of missile fire without too much effort.
What would you have of me? Sabotaging.
When it actually comes to going to war with these guys, I probably won't try to poison them again. One of the things I'll probably do is try and assassinate the king, just to see if I can wound him, and try and pull the same thing that I did against these guys. So that provides public order, and then that provides units, and that provides more money. I have to say I'm very taken with the idea of money, particularly since this place gives me commerce boosts as well, but I don't want to spend all of my money on it. So one of the things that I'll probably do is, once I conquer here, or if I conquer here rather, I will then try and put as much money as I can into this to build that. And then I might try and make this base here my military style base, or some sort of religious base, because given that it only has the land to utilize, I get the feeling we'll only have 3 slots, because this place has 4, with one of them being the port. So they're recruiting some cavalry. They're doing what they're doing. Money is fairly nominal. Is there anything that I can do politics wise? Food we're okay for, so I'm not too fussed about that. Ooh, our... So we've now gone up with these guys. Maybe I can send a diplomat to them and see what can happen from there. How is the Civil War looking? Or any Civil War? Pretty good. I'm liking that. Their influence is going up quite dramatically though. I need to start winning some more battles. Actually, I might organise a feast just to get his influence up. Oh, that went up quite a bit. Okay. Okay, so let's end the turn there. Okay, so we now have this new ugh, not again. So, what's this guy's story then? Well, their influence has gone down quite a bit, which isn't really surprising, but still. Okay, so their loyalty hasn't changed. So he's still a diplomat and a xenophile, but he's subversive. +1 loyalty for each agent action for 5 turns. I'm gonna like this guy, I think. Okay, so now we have learned warrior code. Maybe we should start looking up other things to do. Earthworks would work quite well, but I think I should probably do this simply so that I can start upgrading our navies and just general guys here.
Thirsty for battle.
Okay, so let's level up our shield maiden, or war maiden rather. Okay, so let's do that just to level up her authority, and then we can start on her zeal. So we can do her assassination or her capability to assault different units. Given that we've already got an assassin here, this will probably be better, and also it allows us to get that at a later point.
Warriors all.
So we can now recruit these two ballistae.
Fight for us, lads.
Actually, let's it's a question of whether we go there and recruit or stay here and recruit. I'll go here and recruit because once we have the artillery, it will then
The mother protects travelers.
mean that we
We
move
need good fighters.
much slower. Not much slower, but slow enough to be noticed. Okay, so just out of interest, what are the chances? So Solicit Traitor gives us 61% of a positive outcome, 71, and 71. I'm more inclined to go with Poison, simply because he's got less cunning than he does Zeal. But on the other hand, if I do Target Assassinated, he's Concealed Blade, then Target Assassinated goes up to 42%, as opposed to 22.
Messing with the enemy. Success.
Okay, so public order has gone down now because we don't have the garrison units. But one thing we might be able to do, if we recruit her, okay, then we can use her to garrison inside the city. Okay, so we've got an option of riders, nobles, levy archers, or chariots. I'm more inclined to go for foot infantry for her, given that she's
Can I finish my wine? Who
more
you're
shield
choosing,
maiden.
my warriors?
Okay. I'm not too fussed about her having
As you
an
request.
army, because she has these guys to fight for her if the city comes under attack.
I
Okay,
am the knife in the dark.
so let us end this turn here. Okay, one of the other parties has organised a banquet in your capital, threatening your hegemony. How do you react? Now basically the outcome of these is you can either be humiliated and lose influence, they can gain influence, or you can do something to lower their influence. All of which can do that at any sort of level. So if we attend, we might be able to humiliate them in front of everybody who's attending. If we boycott, then everyone will be like, well, the king didn't attend, why should we? Or if we forbid it, then we can just stop it from happening in general. But any one of these could backfire onto us. I'm quite happy to attend because I'm trying to be nice to all of the people in the Seahorse clan, so attend. and we find out next turn if that was the right decision.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so these guys are just in range.
How can I assist you?
Okay, so there's this dude and the king, who now has some mercenary war dogs with him. So let's try that.
The ravens come. Fear not.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. Hail to the mother. How can I help?
Either way,
Thirsty for battle.
we need to attack. So I'll just save the game again, just in case the okay, so I just saved the game again, just in case the game
Hail to the
crashes,
mother. How
and
can I help?
let us declare war. They have no allies to come to their aid, so
Our young warriors crave their chance to earn their rights as men. Your blood will wash away their youth.
Laying siege to their hovels.
okay, so it's more or less the same level of odds that was with the other game. So that faction only had, the other army only has the general. They have a lot of cavalry, which is good because I've got a lot of spears, and then I've got a lot of slingers, and I've got cavalry. It's the war dogs that I'm worried about. Just out of interest, it's valiant defeat, or close defeat, just like it was before. Okay, let's begin. Okay, quick update. The game basically crashed, but fortunately I stopped the recording literally at this point, so nothing was lost. So yeah, so the enemy is sallying out onto the field. This is going to be a bit more difficult, as I basically have a strategy for dealing with guys when they're in the village, and that seems to be quite a lot of guys, I have to say. My army looks quite pathetic in relation to that. But, oh well. Right, they've got a lot of cavalry, so what I'm probably going to have to do is organise a very complex formation that I learned when playing one of the historical battles in the original Rome game. Got no idea if I've calculated this right.
Levy
let's
free men.
group those guys up. So let's line you guys up and then move you forward. Okay.
Freeman!
Okay. Oh, that fits in perfectly. Okay.
The oaks are our strength.
So then
Aye.
these things go
Warriors.
there and
The artillery stands ready.
okay. So
Levy. Warriors eager for blood. Spears ready. Levy free men. Battle ready.
okay, and that basically means I've got 2 spearmen guys who can then go into reserves. But I should put them back here, so the general can go here, and now every single unit, more or less, is in his sphere of influence. Okay, so I've basically chosen this formation simply because they have a lot of cavalry in relation to me, and they are going to try and outflank me. Now, I once used this formation when I was using the Greek faction Syracuse, I think is how you pronounce it, and it worked very, very well. Because basically once I figure out where they're going to try and flank me, I can then move my enemy around an arching format to flank them in return.
Levy freemen! Swords! You have our spears! Heavy freemen! Orders!
Yes, he has Druid Charge, Inspire, Second Wind and Warcry. My artillery is set to explosive rounds. They've got all of this. They've got all of that. Okay. This is going to be one very interesting fight. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is move these guys as far out of the way as I can.
Her breasts are firm and her body.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
If you feel her
Okay, this seems to be the general, not the garrison. It's a shame, I was looking forward to hearing how that speech was going. Oh look, dear. Now, my plan is to keep the cavalry hidden for as long as I can, and then when all of their units move past, no, they're not hidden there.
quickly now!
And then when the army moves past enough that the slingers then take up their position to start shooting, my cavalry will then move in. Everything depends on whether the cavalry here
Everyone fight! No one stops!
going to move to intercept them. Can I move you guys behind this together? Okay, so these guys are just about to step into range of the artillery and it's firing. Okay, so now we simply wait. That was good. I noticed that the barbaric ballistae have much less ammo than their Roman counterparts in the Greeks. So where are their slingers? They're all at the front. Okay. Now the problem is that there's a very high possibility that they're going to move too far forward for the cavalry to have any particular effect. starting to run now. This is where we see if this formation works.
Quickly now! Swordman!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, so they're all piling up on this side.
Enemy freemen!
Let's send these guys in to help.
Forward! Scout Raiders! Light them down! Britons!
Our general is under attack.
We will bathe in their blood! Understood! Levy!
Trouble is they still have a lot of cavalry.
Spears ready! Move it! Scout Raiders!
The men are wavering.
Battle ready! Ah! Slingers! Get out! Raw!
Right, so let's move the
Get
artillery
running!
out of the way.
Battle ready and eager! Enemy! Heroic riders! Ah! Levy Freeman!
Okay, I think I might be safe-ish
Swordman!
to move.
Let's go! Warriors! Warriors ready! Enemy freemen!
Around a bit.
Warriors! Battle ready!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Actually, no, stop. Stay there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Yes.
Levy free men! Britons! Ah! Ready!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
It's freemen! The oaks are our strength! Ready! Right riders, advance! It's freemen!
This looks like it's turned into a mass rout.
The enemy general is dead.
Nice.
Weak riders! Spears ready! Warriors eager for blood!
There's just...
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Sons of the oak! Bowmen! Slingers! Petellius! Heroic riders! Britons! Battle ready and eager! Break get running! Heavy freemen! Heroic riders! Orders! Ready! Warriors! Ready! Run! Curse you!
The battle is turning in our favor.
Swordman! Get warriors movers! Heavy freemen! Our spears are yours! Britons! Get running!
Yes.
Heroic riders! Good charge! Advance at speed! Warriors of Briton! Forward! Heavy freemen!
The enemy general is dead.
Let's win this guy.
Foot riders, advance!
Okay, now one of the bad things about Sprint is that it gives you a massive speed boost, but it does exhaust your guys immediately. It's not like a gradual thing where they get from winded to tired to exhausted. They immediately go straight to exhausted as soon as this green bar runs out. But I've got this second wind ability, which immediately removes all the fatigue. So yeah, as we can see, he's now exhausted. So when this red bar expires, then he'll be able to benefit from having second wind. Not that it particularly matters at this point because we've already won the battle. Speaking of which, I'll put fast forward. And now he's fresh again. I certainly hope this will be a decisive victory. I think if it was anything more... a close victory I could deal with, because I have lost quite a lot of guys, and my entire cavalry battalions have made a run for it. But they did outnumber me by a good 1,000, so... and I was fighting on their terms. Okay, I think everybody's too far for me to do anything about now, so I shall end it. Close. Oh, 500, okay. I exaggerate. I suppose they do still have a good 800 men left. But both of their generals are dead. And I don't think the garrison units came out to fight either. But my guys gained a lot of experience from that. Wow, my general killed over 400 guys all by himself. The thing about artillery in this is that they don't necessarily cause mass casualties, but they do perform a lot of morale shocks, and the most important thing is that they do break up enemy lines quite succinctly. Okay, so I can occupy and gain nothing, but not necessarily have that much public order penalties. I can loot to get some money. Not really interested in subjugating or sacking. I could raise it, but no, I'll just occupy it for now, simply because I've got loads of public order penalties already. So. And I believe that's the end of the Brigantes.
Thirsty for battle.
Good loot. Lots of leveling up going on there. Nice. Okay, so accomplished skirmishers. +3 weapon damage inflicted by all missile units. Dread chariots, charge bonus for chariot units, don't need to worry about that. Formidable fighters. 3% weapon damage inflicted by all melee units. And forest ambushes. Extra morale during ambushes in forest places, and morale for units during night battles. Okay, I believe I'll go for these two, just to start off with. Okay, now we can level him up. Right. Even though his zeal is incredibly high, I do still need it to unlock all of this. So, then I can upgrade all of these. So, more authority and less recruitment costs. It's the same but for ships. Cunning and campaign movement range. The same. Charge bonuses and extra zeal. And I'll go with that one simply so that I can try and get some more money. And his authority.
How can I help?
Authority also covers the commander's aura of influence, which is pretty cool, particularly in battles like that. So I now have pretty much complete control of what's going on in this province, with the exception of these guys. Okay, I'm very conscious that we don't have a religious sort of settlement. While having farms and everything is good, I'm going to demolish this and work on building a farm. So, some sort of temple. And see if that can be of any help. Okay. These guys are actually friendly to me now.
There's a good pork roasting for you,
Now that
and
I've
better
defeated
ale
their
and
main
mead
enemy.
set aside. But first, we talk.
Alright,
God.
that's a good step. What about trade?
You speak well, but I fear the spirits
I've
do
got
not
that.
approve. I cannot go against such portents.
Join war against these guys.
You speak well, but I fear the spirits do not approve. I cannot go against such portents.
See yourself? What about these guys? Are they interested?
My friend, be welcome.
Go on.
The spirits of this place smile upon you. The gods bless you.
I give them more money?
I
Just
fear
have a
our
bit of
ancestors' unhappiness if I accepted, generous as your offer seems.
Just out of interest. Right, so that's high. So let's see what the sort of borderline between high and... Okay, so it's 18. So let's try 16. That's still high. Let's try this. That's moderate. Right.
Yes, your words show wisdom beyond your years. I knew your people to be honorable.
The only reason why I'm bothering to do anything with these guys is to try and get them to join the Confederation. Now that I'm somewhat friendly with these guys,
You honor us.
I'll try
There's
and do
food.
it with them as well. These guys automatically, whoa, they already hate me.
I welcome you, worthy speaker. I listen because your people are known to have honor.
So, no one will really blink if I go to war with them now. And then once I conquer them, I can then... I should be considered strong enough and, well, rich enough to be able to start building the Confederation.
I am ready.
Okay, so the army is now healing up, and they're healing up quite nicely. So 5 turns, 4 turns, 5 turns, 4 turns. Yeah, so it's not going to be particularly long. Okay. So one thing that I consistently keep on forgetting to do is to check what sort of system we have here. So these are basically the 3 types of kingdoms that we can have. So right now, we are a kingdom. So that means we get extra loyalty from political parties, experience for all recruits, and this is extra recruitment slots, extra tax, and we're able to do the political actions of purge and secure loyalty. Yeah. If we were to turn into a union, we'll get military research, extra loyalty, tax rates, cheaper armies, and we can get provoke and purge for politics. Then, if we were to get enough of this stuff here that we can upgrade to empire, we get all of the different types of political actions. We get extra number of edicts, extra research, lots of loyalty, tax rates and recruitment. So I suppose it's a mix between the two. However, changing is incredibly expensive. So it's not something that you just simply do. Okay, so this is basically an overview of our particular kingdom. So our Imperium level is level 1. No wait, are we in level 2? What does it say? Imperium level 2, yeah. So we get quite nice amount of loyalty. Get public order penalties, political action costs, instant occurrences, and corruption in the provinces. Okay, but our influence is exalted. Is that better or worse than what we had? No, because we got 82%. That's nice. Okay, and right now we don't have any negative traits with the Seahorse clan, so that's good. Okay, so let's organise the administrator because we're going to suffer quite badly for conquering that place there. Unfortunately, that's going to knock off this a bit. Oh, only 1%. Okay. So it's not going to go down that much. And quite frankly, I'm content as a cucumber to wait until we're ready to go to war with these guys. Now this guy can't move, so let's end the turn there. Okay, so before we attack the Brigantes, we had this. You were shown class and impressed all parties, but the organisers of the banquet have also gained influence. So they gained 12 tribal chiefs. Okay, so let's see how that has affected their influence. Doesn't seem to have changed that much. Oh well. Okay, so these guys are healing quite nicely. I know I said it would, but still, it's nice to see. Okay, so what shall we research next? So we've got this. Do chariot training, advanced saddle. So, chariot training, shallow keel. I don't have any fleets in there, so that'll be a bit pointless. Mass charge. Charge bonus for all land units and run speed for all land units. That sounds interesting. And then that's the same for ships. Attrition losses when besieging, holdout time, and pre-siege battering ram. Okay. Or we can do boiling oil. Animal husbandry. Craft specialization. Commerce, trade agreements. Enables dignitaries. Culture, political instant currents and conversion. Growth. I did say I wanted to do that, so I'll do this one first. Okay, so now you're not really at war with anybody. I will send him to go spy on these guys. Now I will actually trust in the non-aggression pact and start building on other things. So let's do the sacred enclosure. Okay, and let's build the harbour here, because I would like to try and focus on getting the money up. Taxes and stuff, public order is looking okay. So let's up the taxes just for a couple of turns. I won't get rid of her because she's probably a lot of stuff regarding that. So let's end the turn again. Capture any settlement. Okay, and I've got 6 cents to do that, so okay. Okay, so let's send them along.
I have things to attend to.
I think this place here controls all of the territory of Ireland. Yes, it does. Okay, so maybe I should do this. Gives public order extra wealth. Take up all my money, but at least it would be done. Yeah, let's do that. He's heading up nicely. Maybe I should request these guys
Welcome, worthy friend.
military acts.
Let us break bread and drink ale before.
Nice. So at least I can move freely. Because I want to see if I can just simply walk over from there. Oh wait, there's no beach in this northern bed. Okay. We'll go through there and then around to this bit. Oh, but then that would take me through this entire forest region here. Huh. Suppose I could go through the south. Go there and then through there. It's gonna take a while though.
What would you have of me?
One more turn.
As you request. Hurry up! I am ready. We need to hurry. Get to it.
Oh cool, that was a historical battle. Nice. Alright, so then at some point what sort of ships or fleets do they actually heavy raider, missile raider. Okay, fair enough. Okay, this is one of the things I was slightly worried about with doing this game, that a lot of the game would just simply be trolling and waiting for various buildings and armies to be raised. I suppose that is all part of the fun, so...
My people are in danger. Can you not join with us and attack these dogs?
Would be interesting to take their base, but unfortunately it's on the... judging from where the picture is, it's on the far side of this region here. It's going to take me a while to get there. No, I'll fight these guys. And if they are really in danger, then maybe they'll be more inclined to join the Confederation if they think I can protect them. Okay, so the War Maiden has leveled up. Okay, whenever I first read that after this patch, I was like, oh my god, like, what do I do? And then I realised it's not actually something you need to worry about, so... Okay, so I've taught her militancy, which helps with training, but to bolster that, I shall also upgrade the War Master trait that she's got, so it will help even more.
I live to serve the people of Britain.
I live to serve my people.
Okay, so we can organise the administrator thing again. Actually, I'll use this guy because he needs to get his points up. Actually, he should be promoted for conquering the Brigantes. Let's so he's the factionaire, I believe. Yep. Okay, so we've got this sacred enclosure, and after the next turn we'll be able to then build everyone here.
How can I assist you? Yes. Returning to land. How can I help? Sabotaging.
No, it's in range. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we've got earthworks, which allows us to do underfloor drainage, raise sites. Maybe we should do something with war. I'm thinking maybe this. Yeah, let's go with that. So that's what's way.
Warriors all. Hail to the mother. How can I help?
So that's only providing 2 public order.
Getting on our way. I don't care how tired you are. Is that all?
Okay. Okay. Zen down again. I'm suddenly becoming aware of all of these other factions that I can suddenly do stuff with, so it might be worth me going through the diplomatic menu and seeing if there's any new people that I can
War! Our gods demand it. Our ancestors love it. You, I expect to see mewling like a woman.
Fair enough. So this guy is now literally at war with everybody in England. That's fine by me. Okay, we've got a new organised thing here that we need to deal with. A group of warriors are preparing to ride out for the hunt. We should make offerings to their safe return and successful chase. Last time we made a sacrifice for something like this, so I think we should do a votive offering, given that these guys are just normal, everyday blokes.
Hail to the mother. How can I help? Sabotage. I like that word.
Very nice.
Success.
Very, very, very nice.
Warriors all. Of course.
It's a shame about these guys, but there's nothing I can really do about that.
Our voyage is done. Leaving the ship.
Okay, so now that the main army is away from the mainland, that means that we're going to be quite vulnerable to raiders and stuff like that. particularly here, given that that's literally all they have. Okay, so in this sacred grove, we can do a grove to Rosmerta, which gives public order, influence and wealth from all sources, and then if we did the edict we get public order from taxes. We can go over on Dresden. Free public order, Celtic influence, wealth generated by slaves, tribute collection, edict +2, public order. Go over Nodens, public order, influence, wealth from sea commerce, and bread and games edict gives extra food. Epona, -1 food, more public order, cavalry recruitment, influence, and wealth generated by agriculture. Then public order, entertainment, cultural influence, industry, and recruitment costs. I'm more inclined towards Rosmerta simply because it gives the most public order, and I think that's kind of what we need right now. So these guys are making their way over there. Don't really need her to be doing all that. So taxes are quite nice and high. These guys are very friendly all of a sudden now.
We have need of talk, I'm sure. But we also need good food, a warm fire, and warm women. Sit, friend, and let us talk. And let us have good wine until we can talk no more.
Okay, so now that I'm at war with his enemy, he might be more inclined to...
I will take word of our agreement and put it before my people. They will feast in celebration.
but not so inclined to perform the alliance. That's sort of fair enough, I suppose.
Greetings! Speak plainly and without idle purpose, and all will be well. A sure thrust strikes home after.
Isn't there a force down here which is quite nice to us? Just sworn it was these guys.
A flapping tongue that speaks without wisdom is not welcome. Be like a spear and have a point. Ha ha!
Fair enough. So they don't like me anymore. How about these guys? Do they like
The gods will have me listen to you, but do not pass the day in words without merit.
of these guys, and they're at war with another faction?
A man is judged by his friends. This is not the time for such an agreement.
Okay, so let's end the turn there. Looks like the guys in the north. That's cool. So I sacrificed a Overhaul, but it looks like these guys are experiencing some sort of food shortage because everybody here is suffering attrition. That's kind of good for us because that means that
We have need of talk, I'm sure. But we also need good food, a warm fire, and warm women.
Or not. I find the best way to get people to join the Confederation is if they're in dire need of help.
To shore. Journey completed.
Okay, so this scout can't actually reach where these guys are, so that's good, because that means that this army won't be able to either. But all the same,
I live to serve the people of Britain.
I won't poison them actually, I'll intercept
I'll just put
orders.
that there. It is done.
Okay, so they don't have any other places
This is a great
to
day.
worry about. Yeah, so let's upgrade mass poisoning. And let's upgrade his authority, because that's quite low. Okay, I said I was going to build this at some point, but on the other hand, I could probably do with more money. And public order, I might add. I'll do the Hall Maker. Okay, and end the turn. Okay, so we're no longer protected from the she-wolf. The fierce woman has proven herself to be a capable leader. Warriors, women, and men alike are all rallying behind her. We could give her a command over the army, much to the display of their male war chiefs, no doubt. However, that would teach them some much needed humility. Do we accept? Okay, so if we refuse, we get morale for all units. But if we hire them, then we get an important character, which I'm more than happy to do. Because she is now another politician. Which is pretty cool. And it means we'll also gain some more influence. And their loyalty is as high as ever. That's cool. So yeah, I've got absolutely no chance of there being a civil war, even though the protection has expired. So that's good. Okay, so let's get you out of that mode.
I would walk to the other world for my tribe.
What would you have of me?
Okay. And it's approaching 1 hour now, so, well, it's probably gone over. So I'll end this episode here, and in this next episode we'll be covering the invasion of Ireland. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.